loaded up and going down to Indianapolis. We have Luke and Kyle. They helped out with loading and transportation. We're probably about like maybe less than an hour, 40 minutes away. It's been like a long time in the making. Obviously the Datsun's kind of been sitting around for a long time. Just haven't had a lot of time to get to it. Barely even have enough time to like put out as much content as I want. But we're currently filming on a new camera. So I'm playing with like the settings and stuff. So this might look better, hopefully, than worse. And it's just it's gonna be like a learning curve. You see that? So that's the AI art. So you put in Osama bin Laden having dinner with Joe Biden.
Yep.
The camera can pick that up or not. It's bumpy. Cool.
On the toilet, but he's not even in the toilet. He's like next to the toilet.
This is what AI stuff's like made for.
Yep. Just stupid shit.
Perfect.
Jesus for you.
I don't believe it. I think real Jesus is black.
Yeah, or brown of some sort.
Or brown or something, yeah.
From the Middle East.
Yeah.
That is like white Jesus.
Yeah, he's pretty white.
Yeah.
That's pretty white.
So inside, got Kyle unloading and stuff. Here's the engine, trans, and Datsun full of parts on the inside. So we're unstrapping, gonna unload everything, move it into the shop, and go from there. Unloaded, got the Datsun in, so it's filthy, like super dirty. It's sat for a long time in my garage, but we're at Premier and they're gonna essentially just put it back together for me, but also do some of the new brake line work, fuel lines. I'd say this is probably the last stop for this car. Got the motor over here. Looks really good in here. And then the trans is over here. They're actually gonna clean the trans up and paint it silver. So we left Premier, stopped by at a chocolate place, but so the Datsun, you know, we'll be making trips down to deliver parts and stuff for the Datsun and just kind of like see the process of the car just getting put back together. But for right now, we're gonna check out this chocolate place, probably get some food, and then make the trip all the way back home. Thank you.
I think I'm gonna go with what I got over there.
Yep. RAS, doesn't matter. And then just put North Korea or something.
Maple. Pecan. There's two. Also, rum and vodka.
How do you pronounce that? Toffee?
Toffee.
It's like coffee with tea.
dropped off the Datsun and the motor, trans, everything. Like I said earlier, that we're going to be going back and forth throughout this winter, dropping off parts, running parts, kind of getting like updates and everything as well. Premier Autosports they've always just done me really well over the years, and I want this car to be perfect. It just has like a lot of sentimental value. They're like one of the very few shops that I trust. So Craig, he's the head technician there. He's the one who did a lot of work on the Laurel and got that car right. And I mean, the Laurel's just been, for the first time ever since I've owned that car, it's like the first time I've been able to like thoroughly enjoy that car, and that just kind of like says a lot from like, you know, being able to trust him and stuff. So I just feel like he was like the perfect person to like finish the Datsun for me, and it really showed when I asked him and just how enthusiastic and excited he was about it. Just everyone at Premier, they're like awesome people. And honestly, like the car would have just sat even longer here in my garage, and my free time just like, I don't really have a lot of free time. Like I struggle even with getting content out and stuff and finding time to edit and all that. So I figured this would be like the good push to get this car done, is by like seeking their help. I feel like they would be the ones who just get it done like how I envision it and how I want it. So I've owned a Datsun for over 7 years, and I figured like I'd run you guys through a really brief like history behind the car and stuff, because a lot of the documentation of what I've done to that car was before I was vlogging. So when I first bought it, it was white, and I bought it in Portland, Oregon, and my dad was the one who helped me drive it all the way across the country to here in northwest Indiana. It took us like 2.5 days, and we only stopped for gas. It was a very memorable trip, and that's like one of the main reasons why the car is so sentimental to me. Unfortunately, after I got the car, it got rear-ended, then it got fixed, and then I swear like a couple weeks later, I took it down to Kentucky for Import Alliance, and then I wrecked it. I smashed the front end. During that period, I almost gave up on the car and sold it, and my dad encouraged me to keep it, helped me pull the front end out and get the car running again. And then a couple weeks after that, both of my parents actually passed away, and that, like the Datsun to me, is one of the only things I have left from my old life still around, that has all those memories of my parents, and like just having that trip across the country with my dad. And then my mom's last birthday, I took her in the Datsun, you know, took her out to eat. And so it like just has this really strong story, and is the car that I could like never see myself ever even thinking about selling. So I seek the help of Fast Eddie's to finish fixing it from when I crashed it, and we took it down to bare metal, painted it red, debuted the car I believe at Week Fest, and it just kind of blew up. Ended up on Super Street, a couple other magazines and stuff, and I really enjoyed the color red on that car. I was between red and blue, but I ultimately was swayed towards red. And then the car is so low and stiff, and the original welds in the back on the B-pillars in the rear by the hatch actually cracked through the paint, and all of that's like smoothed over, and because the rear is all shaved and everything. So Ed, the owner of Fast Eddie's, was like, hey man, I have to strip down like more than half of this car to respray it back in red. This is the perfect opportunity to paint it blue if you wanted to. So that's kind of what started all over to a full restoration of like let's do this car perfect and give it like the justice it needs, and that's where we're at now. So the motor and everything, it's an all 28 built by Hakone Motorsports. My friend Jared Perry, I seek the help from him. Just really talented, awesome guy. We did custom RB26 ITBs on it. They're welded onto triple Weber manifold for carburetors. So it's all functional RB26 parts on there. So it's GTR like ITBs on it. Really what we're tackling with the motor is actually modernizing it without swapping it. I wanted to modernize and improve the L28. I love the motor, I love the sound. It's not a fast motor or anything, but I just wanted something that looked period correct, but it was also more like a resto mod. So it's gonna have the ITBs, crank angle sensor, LS1 coil packs, ECU. Like, I'm very excited about that part. They're just going to finish like fuel lines, brake lines, a new chassis harness on it and stuff. Overall, the deadline for this car is next year, late spring, hopefully, as long as everything goes well. I should be driving this car by next summer. So I haven't driven it since 2018. That would be 5 years since I've driven the car. I'm excited for, to document this and have this car finished. While this car is getting worked on, I'm probably gonna be doing some things I've been thinking about on the Laurel and the Chaser, just minor things throughout this winter. Hopefully you guys, if you guys made it this far, I appreciate you guys watching and just following like the journey with my cars. Also, this is, like I said in the beginning of this video, this is a new camera and I've been playing around with the settings, so this might look different compared to like my old videos, and I hope that this is an improvement. So this is all trial and error. I'm really trying to push myself towards being able to provide like my own artistic spin on film and blogging and my own style. And I'm trying to learn all of this on my own. I've never done video, I've always been a photographer. So this is all new to me, but it's also really exciting. So hopefully this is like an improvement from my other videos. We'll see how it all goes. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.